Hi guys, it's Sean here from the Shankly's Boot Room, back with another video. Just to have a little look at the preview of tomorrow, of course, when we play PSG, and give some of my thoughts around the game, really. It's fair to say that PSG have really kind of improved, I think, as the Champions League's gone along. Anyway, they're pretty much dominating. We're going to have a little look at some statistics of PSG in a minute. But what I can say about PSG is they've definitely upped their game in recent weeks. No sort of two ways about that, really. So, and they've been looking pretty good. We have to factor in that I have heard quite a lot of very confident talk. I haven't heard anyone saying we're going to steamroller them or anything like that. That's not true. But I have heard some very, very confident, and I'm pretty confident as well. I'm not going to say I'm not, but I still feel this particular game has to be taken with quite a lot of caution. We need to go into it with a very good, correct attitude. Their midfield is pretty strong, and obviously you've got Barcola and Dembele up front who are scoring goals for fun, actually, really at the moment. And when I saw them against City went 2-0 up, of course, and then this blitz where they just came back. I think what would be the telling over the two legs in particular, and probably even what play into our hands even a little bit in the first leg even, is probably experience. We have to look at our experience as a team. We have Champions League winners in there. We have, and there's quite a young side that I think I really do respect what they're doing there, and what Luis Enrique has been doing. I think he's got rid of kind of like the prima donnas now, really. I'm not saying that the great players, always affect you as a team. Once you start getting a few in a team, sometimes can create quite a lot of dysfunction in a team, really. And I definitely think that's the case even with PSG, but he's got rid of all of that, really, and he's brought in some young players, hungry players. He sorted out the midfield a lot, I think. They always used to be okay defensively, not spectacular, but they always used to have this amazing front line, but nothing much in midfield, PSG, whenever I've watched them. That's how I've seen them. You can really do them in the midfield. Not quite the case now, but I still feel on evaluating everything, we ourselves have a better midfield than theirs. And if we all turn up and all play if we can get out of there with a 1-0, even a draw isn't, because once we get it back to Anfield, we all know what we can do as a club at Anfield. So okay, let's just have a little look then, if this all works. I just want to share the screen a minute, and let's have a little look at PSG. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to let's just view it in there for a second, make sure it's all there. What I want to do is I want to if I get rid of myself and just maximize this, hopefully that's going to be big enough for you guys to see. It might not even still be big enough, I don't know. But let's have a look at I'll see if we can make that a bit bigger, can we? Customize. Let's have a little look and see if we can bring that made a little bit larger. Can we do that? Not really, guys. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it out anyway then. Their last few games, let's look at it that way. But we're going to look at the whole sort of thing. Let's go to the turn of the year, really, and see what they've been doing. So on the 5th of January, they played Monaco. They won 1-0. They then played Paris Saint-Etienne. They won 2-1. They then played away FCS Belly, and they won 4-2. They played Lons and won 2-1. They basically haven't lost all the way through to the current time. So they're basically on a run. Let's work this out. I mean, they've been not even losing at all. So well, it's quite impressive, guys. You know, they obviously beat Brest in the Champions League knockout phase. They didn't have the greatest Champions League, as we know, and they actually needed to sort of do something on that final day to get through. But they've been playing pretty, quite well for a while. They won 4-1 in their last game against Lille. They beat Lyon 3-2. That was in February the 23rd. They obviously beat Brest 7-0. So they got goal. Let's put it like that. So yeah, they've got all of it, but and it's not too bad. I mean, have they actually lost this thing? When did they last lose? Well, it's in the Champions League, really. They lost to Arsenal, of course, amazingly, which was on the 1st of October. And they've lost in the Champions. Their losses have come in the Champions League. In the league, they've just been absolutely the greatest league in the world, of course. We know that. So that's not kind of a surprise, really, I guess, you know. Now, if we look at some of the players, Barcola 12 goals in 24 appearances. And you've also got, of course, Ousmane Dembele has got 18. That's their two highest scorers, but they do share about a little bit. But their midfield is very interesting with Neves, Vitinha, and of course Fabian Ruiz as well. And they seem to be doing really well. So yeah, it's like I said before, I want to be taking these lightly, I would say. We don't need to be taking them lightly at all. They're a good side. And but I don't think we will, of course. Arne Slot will have the players really up for it. And I do think over the two legs, I'm predicting we'll probably maybe get a draw there. And I think we'll bring it back. I'm thinking maybe a 1-1. I just think we'll have to be really strong the night defensively. I do get a little bit worried about Barcola up against Trent. He's very, very quick. He's absolutely lightning, Barcola. I got so impressed with his pace the other day. So that is a definite worry there to a point. But what I would say is that I think over the two legs, of course, that'll bring back to Anfield, and I think we will obviously win it there. That's my feeling on this tie. I think we'll get through it. It'll be a tough game, and it's actually a game that a lot of people are really interested in watching. You know, the neutrals are really out to watch this one as well. I think it really will be a good game across the two legs, and I think we have to be really on it. So let's go over the teams. And I think our team. I think we might play the box midfield. Away. The box midfield that he used against Man City, and that's what I think he'll probably go with. We've seen in the past that we've seen a bit of getting marked out games a little bit with Gravenberch. I'm not necessarily saying that they will do that, but I just think that extra body in midfield will be quite crucial in this one. So I think I'm going to go with obviously Alisson in goal. I'm going to go with the experience of Andy Robertson, and I think it'll be Van Dijk and Konate at the back. Obviously Trent, no Conor Bradley for this one, of course. And so I think he will definitely play there. Let's get rid of that screen a minute. And so I think that'll be that situation. And then I think in the midfield is where it'll be Gravenberch, McAllister, Curtis Jones, and Szoboszlai will take up those positions, I feel. And then I think we'll have up front, we'll have obviously Mo Salah, and I think I will still go with Jota. I think Jota is due. Jota always takes a while to come back into games, to build himself up in seasons. Some players, when they come back from an injury, remember Kanata, remember Matip when he was at the club. I mean, he could have a year out, come back, and just play absolutely amazing. You know, play like he'd never been away from the team. That's not quite the case with Jota, and he's been just getting a little bit better each game. And I just see he might play in this one. I think we need that firepower to maybe get that goal, and I think, you know, but there could also be cases for obviously Luis Diaz as well. So, but I think that's what he might go with, or he might go with Luis Diaz and bring Jota on later. But that's going to be my team, guys. I think we will play with that. I think the Man City game was a little bit of a test out for this game. Actually, that's what I believe. So a team that likes to have possession of the ball, we're just going to let them have it, and then we're just going to soak up all that they have to offer, and then look to counter them. And that's how I think we'll probably approach it away from home. At home, it might be slightly different, of course, but I think away from home, that's probably how we will go for it in this one. So that's it, guys. So that's my kind of predictions for that. So we're facing what won't be an easy game, but a game I think will come through. I don't think anyone has been saying it's a walk in the park, but there's been a few people saying, you know, PSG, no way. And that's going more on history rather than the currently. How you have to look at how they're currently performing, and they're performing currently good enough to be a bit of a worry in this game. So we have to. It'll be a bit of a tense one, I reckon, out there particularly. If the crowd really gets behind them, I'd love us to get an early goal, really silence the crowd. Crowd was amazing when I saw them play City. Actually, when they obviously come back into the game, they really got behind them. And so we have to try and avoid all that stuff. But I have full confidence in Slot. I think he's a brilliant manager tactically, and I think he'll have obviously done his homework on this. And so I'm going for that box kind of midfield with, you know, it could be Luis Diaz and what you call it up front, but I'm not 100% sure. Salah, of course, will be playing. So it'd be interesting to see. But it's going to be. I'm really going to look forward to it. So that'll be interesting. That really will be interesting. So I shall not be doing a watch along for this one, but I hope I just hope we play well and get something from the game. If we can get a win in the game, then it really is done for me. But as I say, I'm predicting probably a 1-1 draw there. I think it's going to be hard for us to just. No one's won there, essentially. Really, people just don't win there. So a draw would be good. And then I think we get it back to Anfield on our ground, and then we'll show them what it's all about on a great European night that's going to be coming up for that one. So that's going to be really great. So looking forward to it tomorrow. Yeah, if you can help me get to 100 subscribers, I really would appreciate it. I'm sort of stuck in the 80s at the moment, which is, you know, story of my life, really, stuck in the 80s. But yeah, no, if you can get me up to 100 subscribers, I really would appreciate it. And all the rest of it. Start getting some more content on the channel. Looking forward. Want to be doing a few interviews and stuff like that. So that's going to be good. So yeah, like and subscribe. Great to have you around, guys. And I shall catch you on the next one.